On the 8th of October 2005, in northern Pakistan, in the capital city of Islamabad, a massive earthquake rips through the Margalla Towers located in one of the city's wealthiest areas. Inside, all hell breaks loose. In less than a minute, the seismic monster wipes out 3 of the Margalla Towers. The residents who can't escape in time are instantly entombed. More than 6,000 kilometers away, in the middle of the night, John Holland gets a call. He leads one of the world's top disaster response teams, a highly trained group of search and rescue volunteers known as Rapid UK.
When I turned on the TV, you could see aerial pictures of villages and towns that have been totally destroyed. The most dramatic pictures that were coming back were of the Margalla Towers in Islamabad.
Holland learns that the earthquake, measuring 7.6 on the Richter scale, has crippled much of northern Pakistan and Kashmir, along with parts of India and Afghanistan. Nearly 1,200 kilograms of specialized equipment is loaded for the mission. Everything from stretchers and rescue packs to high-tech searching devices like thermal imagers and vibraphones. John Holland and his disaster response team arrive in Pakistan.
We were met at the airport by the British Embassy, Pakistan government officials, the military, the police. And because we were the first international rescue team there, everybody wanted us.
Holland knows all too well that in an earthquake, roughly 90% of the people saved are dug out within the first 24 hours. And he also realizes that aftershocks from the quake can shift the rubble, killing those who are trapped and those trying to save them. The rest of the Rapid UK team arrives and springs into action. Some of them set up a base camp and communications center, while another group immediately starts to search. One of the members is Gillian Dacey, the team's medic. Like all Rapid UK members, she's specially trained.
And that includes basic search, basic rescue, working at height, logistics, security, base camp issues, communications.
To identify the best area to search, the rescuers study a blueprint of the towers. Then they consult a missing persons list. Despite their maps and lists, they decide that their best clues to pinpointing a primary search area come from local residents. The team begins a sweep of the top of the collapse to see if anyone has survived the impact and is buried just beneath the surface. After just 45 minutes, the rescuers find their first survivor.
What is your name?
The boy has a leg injury but is otherwise unharmed. Already the team has living proof that its efforts are paying off.
Well done.
In less than an hour, they pull the teenaged boy from the rubble. For the Rapid UK team, it's a very good start. But then the search goes cold. The rescuers need to move deeper into the rubble, in search of air pockets that might contain survivors. Non-collapsible objects like sturdy sofas, stoves and filing cabinets are capable of bearing the weight of a collapse. To hear survivors in the deepest voids, rescuers need special listening equipment.
What we use for the sound location is what we call a vibraphone, and that works on seismic and acoustic sounds. And it's basically 3 probes with a control box. Very, very sensitive equipment. And you place it on the rubble or down into voids.
All work, stop!
And you tap, you bang to people, and what you're looking for or listening for is a response.
From the depths of the disaster site, a human voice rises to the surface.
And every time we banged and we called out, I could hear a very, very faint lady's voice. Very faint. She was a long way down, and we had thousands and thousands of tons of rubble.
They can't get a stronger signal, and then suddenly the signal disappears altogether. The Rapid UK team now turns to another high-tech search tool. It's a special fiber optic probe designed to twist and bend around rocks and other obstacles. But still, there are no signs of life.
Good, good.
The team then begins to search for invisible clues, using an instrument able to detect the carbon dioxide signature of human breath. But once more, the rescuers come up empty. In order to continue their search, they have to resort to a risky method: digging machines. Then, back at camp, John Holland gets an unexpected break.
I was called on the radio to come back because a small void had been exposed that looked like it went further into the rubble.
The void is so small that only one person can enter at a time.
And we could only get in probably about 1.5 meters at this stage because it was just so small.
The tunnel is lined with broken debris and too small to bring in disc cutters or chainsaws.
A lot of the rescues come down to using your bare hands and small tools, which is back-breaking work, and obviously it lengthens the rescue.
To make his way towards the voice, Holland and his team must clear a path through heavily compressed debris. Holland manages to move 3 meters into the tunnel.
Can anybody hear me?
I can hear you. My name is May. May Amin. Please.
Holland is shocked when May tells him she can hear her son.
And then I said, what's your son's name? And she told me it's Abbas. I said, call out his name, May. And he called back. Unbelievable.
May, can you see the light?
I can see you.
The rescuers need to come up with a different plan.
After withdrawing from the void, I spoke to other team members and we had to basically find a way in on the other side of this beam.
Rapid UK begins to dig a new tunnel to get to May Amin, this one even tighter than the last. The rescuers are stopped by an iron bar 40 millimeters thick.
We had equipment that would have cut it, but we couldn't get it in there.
Instead, they bring in a hydraulic pump connected to a small jack. The jack bends the bar that they can't move by hand, just barely enough for a person to squeeze through. Paul Worcester goes in first, followed by John Holland.
Hold on, May. Just stay calm. We'll be with you very, very soon.
Moving through the dark void, Worcester suddenly comes face to face with May's younger son, Abbas. Holland then crawls backwards all the way out of the tunnel, holding the tiny survivor. Miraculously, the boy has no major injuries.
My arms are okay.
Daisy reaches May and spots May's dead husband and son just centimeters away.
At the time, you just you focus. You've got to focus on the job in hand, and I guess I try not to think too much about it.
Slowly, May is dragged out of the void where she's been trapped for the last 3 days. But she must still clear the metal bar that's blocking the exit.
It's difficult for us to get under it, and we're trained to get under those small things, but she was lying there, gripping hold of this canvas carry sheet, and then we're about to pull her through a small 10-inch sort of hole or space to get her out.
Nearly 60 hours after she was buried, the rescue team has saved May Amin and her son from certain death. At the Margalla Towers site, Rapid UK rescuers were able to save 7 people from the rubble.
To go out there and to pull people out of a building where they may not have been able to have much chance of surviving is huge, rewarding.
Give us a chance, and if there's people there alive, we'll find them.